and I heard the do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and I thought, ice cream truck. And so I grab cash, screw my shoes, like I don't even know where they are. I'm unpacking everything. Like so I run to, like another block over, and I look down and I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid. It's a garbage truck. The bench and you are no different in that country. People will knock something over and just look at it, bump into you, and like nothing.
Hello everyone, Amanda is here today in this beautiful park, the Taipei Botanical Garden, right? Yeah, with Paul, and he's gonna tell his story, how he ended up in Taiwan, and he stayed here how many years have you been to Taiwan?
11 years now.
11 years in Taiwan?
Yep.
So how did it start?
I first started heartbroken and went to a doctor's office in California, and the lady said, why don't you go teach and travel the world? I'm like, I have no money for that. She says, well, you can make money and travel while you teach. Teach. And
that is a good advice.
So I did that for a year and went back to California and realized that I got to get out of the States.
So you spent 1 year in Korea?
Yeah, 1 year exactly in Korea. 2 years selling my business and getting rid of it in California. I had 2 of them. And then I decided to try to get back onto teaching in different countries and whatnot. And literally a friend's mother was working in Nanjing. They asked me, would you want to come and help build the school? And I said, sure.
Yeah, that sounds like
construction background. So I helped them actually build the school,
and
set the curriculum, and it just sucked living in Nanjing. It was hot.
Oh,
it was the biggest problem. But there, at the time, it was getting used to the people, because the bench and you are no different in that country. People will knock something over and just look at it, bump into you, and like nothing. In Taiwan, I've noticed people are like, oh, boy, I used to, oh, sorry, and very polite, very careful about everything. And I just got sick of it. Like, I had this bike from 1950, and the lady let me use it, and the chain kept falling off, like every 2 blocks. And I used my finger. I was like, man, I'm getting my finger dirty. So I found a twig, and I get to the bus, to the train station. Okay. And I see this guy kind of eyeballing me, and I'm like, he's gonna take my bike. It's from 1950. This thing is so old. Yeah. And I go down the escalator, and I come right back up, and sure enough, he's right by my bike. And I was like, hey. And at the time, I didn't speak any Chinese. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh. He just walked away. And sure enough, I went to work, came back, my bike's gone.
Oh, come on.
And I was like, I just started laughing, because I knew when someone steals something, they usually get on a bike and go as fast as they can. And I can just imagine, like, and then falling. And I hope he didn't get hurt, but I hope he fell off the bike and just totally ate shit, but didn't get hurt. Yeah. But I hope he fell off. But I was so mad coming home, and then I look over and I didn't know where I was. I sincerely thought I was lost. Okay. It was only a span of 3 blocks from the main train station to where the school was, where I was staying. So I got so confused. I looked back. I knew where that place was. I was like, okay, I know that store. So I walked back. Yeah. And okay, I know this is the road for the school. So I started walking, and I'm like, okay, I know this building is on the. It was like a 7-story building, and in one day, it was completely gone, and they were already starting to build another structure. Really? Yeah. So it was like, and I know, like, construction. I went to China to build a school. Yeah. So the fact that they tore down a 7 to 10-story building and started building a new one, like in the same day. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
It was like ant workers. It was crazy.
Yeah. No,
so I was just so disappointed, like getting my bike stolen. It was hot, and they were working me way too many hours. I get home, I open my laptop, and literally it came to, would you like to work on a subtropical island near Taiwan? It's part of Taiwan and it's near. I'm like, okay. And I saw a number on it. I called the number and an English-speaking person answered. And I was like, hi, I'm calling about the job. And he says, okay, where did you get this number? And I was like, it's on the website. And he's like, oh, they made a mistake. He had given his information to a recruiting agency. Okay. So they put his number on there by mistake. So I got lucky and actually talked to the real boss.
Oh, you talked directly to him without the
agents? It ended up being that I came from University of California, Davis. Okay. He went to college there. Oh. His girl was going to school there. All right. I had just moved from there, so we hit it off like that immediately. Yeah. And from there, I said, I will see you in 2 days. I'll stay for a couple days for some demos, and came to Taiwan for some demos, and then ended up moving. And the first week, in case somebody doesn't know, the subtropical island near Taiwan, it's Penghu Island. It's Penghu Island. So if Taiwan is like this, it's just off the side. When I first moved there, it was August. It was super hot, and I did not have air conditioning. And I was just getting my house settled and ready. And I traditionally just wear a sarong. Okay. And that's like, in Brazil, they have them all the time. It's like a big towel, and that's all I wore. And I was cleaning my house. I was by myself, and I heard the do 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 do, and I thought ice cream truck. And so I grab cash and I have some change, and I'm like, screw my shoes. Like, I don't even know where they are. I'm unpacking everything. Like, go. So I run outside and I see, like, people walking. I'm like, okay, where's this truck? And I heard it, and then it stopped, and I'm like, no. Like, why did it stop? Like, then I see a guy walking with a big bag. I'm like, he bought all the ice cream. Like, what a jerk. Like, I'm in a towel, no shoes, my feet hurt, it's hot, they're like burning. I'm like standing in any grass I can find. You're gonna eat all your ice cream. And I'm like, what a dick. Like, that dude just took all the ice cream. And then I was like, and then I heard do. I'm like, oh, they must have reloaded. And so I run to, I got another block over, and I look down and I see a garbage truck. I'm like, why are they throwing their bags of ice cream in the, I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid. It's a garbage truck. I'm like, and I'm like, I went to work that day, and I'm like, what's with the garbage truck playing ice cream music? And everybody laughed at me, because they were like, everybody thinks the same thing when they move to Taiwan. They're like, ice cream? Yeah. It's the garbage truck. It's like the opposite thing you want to be chasing. So then you moved to Taiwan, to the island of Taiwan. Yeah, the main Taiwan. Well, actually, no, from Penghu Island, I moved up to Matsu. It was nice, but a lot of the words in Matsu, they speak Fujianese, Taiwanese. Yeah. Like, how are you doing is like, Liho Jipawe is like, have you eaten today? And you're like, yeah, Jipa. And it gets really old, because when I go to my wife's family's house, it's Liho Jipawe, Jipa, Liho Jipawe, Jipa. So I line everybody up. I'm like, hi, sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Jipa. Okay, good. We're done with that. Next. And so when I go up to them, I'm like, hey, how you doing? They're like, Liho Ji. I'm like, Jipa. They're like, what else can I say? You figure it out. Yeah, I'm like, what else can I do? Do you miss America, living in Taiwan? No, not at all. I don't miss the people. What I've seen in the last 11 years confirms why I left America. I left right after 2008, and after losing $300,000 in a few days, I thought it was a good time to get the hell out of the country.
Okay.
And that's when I went to Korea, and I sold my house, which was loss of, you know, nearly $1 million. That sucked.
Yeah.
And then
wow, yeah.
And took off, went back to America thinking it was changed. Wrong. Went to China and then came to Taiwan, and the last, what is it now, 7-8 years have been absolutely devastating, because I played college football in America. Over the course of 5 years of college and then master's, you get to know a lot of people, and I'm a bit of a social butterfly, so I got to know a lot of people. And even now, I just talked to a guy from Columbus, Ohio, and who's living in Virginia. So, and how are things there? He's like, so divided. People are so far to the right that even their best friend, if they have a disagreement, they will say, oh, that person is to the left and I hate them forever. And also, people seem so divided that they are so far to the left that if anybody disagreed with them for anything, even their same best friend who's also on the left party, they are now considered a far right person.
Oh, okay.
Everybody is just so up against the wall, far right wall and far left wall. I'm confused sitting in the middle, because I don't care who becomes president. It doesn't matter. It's all a joke.
Why you want to stay in Taiwan then?
Well,
what are the issues that, like, you know, don't concern you here, or like? Well,
there's not much crime. There is crime. I actually have to go to court next week because some guy stole my wallet.
You are the first person on the YouTube who said that.
And like, here, you know,
it's usually the other way. Like, people usually find your wallet and call you.
Yeah, people, most of the time. I've had 2 wallets that were stolen, and stolen on purpose. And I know because I found my other, all my stuff, my license, my ID card and everything was put nicely, but the wallet was taken. And here, the guy was caught on camera by the police taking it and leaving, and then he gave a statement, but then he retracted his statement and said, oh, I picked up and then put it on a bench somewhere. They have him on film. Like, this is another thing about Taiwan people may want to know. If you're in Taiwan, you're not gonna hide.
Yeah, there's the camera here.
There's a camera.
There's the one we're shooting video.
Place. Yes. And you have phones. Yeah. But they followed him like
from one to another all the way.
30 minutes before he went to his home. And they followed him everywhere.
Wow.
Down alleyways. They sanctioned, they took people's videos to make sure it was the guy, and they asked this person, can we see your video? Yep, this is the guy.
Wow.
To like make sure, double, triple check.
Okay.
So I'm wondering why he's not in jail. Last week I lost my phone on the train. And I was like, oh. And we told the guy right away, and he's like, yeah. He says, hold on. And they said they'll check at the 2 stops. And I hear a, hey. And we hear the guy, he's like, we found it. It's 2 stops away.
Wow.
Go get it.
Thank you for your stories.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for watching my videos. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
What's your channel?
It's a Foreigner in Taiwan.
Foreigner in Taiwan.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Easy cheesy, man.
Yeah, but it's 100% true.
Yeah, we are a foreigner in Taiwan.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.